Let me bring my line over here. Maybe this time I should print 2 lines, right? Okay, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is to actually instead of let's try and then see how we can allow a user to upload something from their system, right? So maybe the person want to upload their own pictures, the person want to upload their own data set, the person want to upload their own maybe something they want to upload from their own videos, their own audios, right? You can also allow them to do that, okay? So let's see how we're going to do that. So let me just create a variable here. Let me actually write this. So file uploader, right? Let me just give a comment over there. So let me create a variable called upload file, upload underscore file, right? So if I do that, then I'm going to do ht dot file uploader. Okay. So remember that at the demonstration part, I was showing you how you can actually choose different data sets, right? All right. So over here you can do choose maybe choose a CSV, maybe choose a CSV file, right? So we can allow the people to choose their own, upload their own CSV file and then analyze, right? So I can set the type, right? So over here you need to set the type, and then the type you need to specify that the type that the people will be uploading is CSV, right? So now let me see what I can do here. Let me just write some if function here. So if my upload file, right? If my upload file is not now, right? I can do that. It's not now. That is or maybe it's not none. Maybe let me do it that way, right? It's not none. That is there's something in the file. If the file is not empty, right? Then I'll actually load it using read underscore. Remember the same thing that we were doing, right? So read underscore CSV, right? And then whatever the person will upload, which is going to be this variable over here, right? That then let me do st dot write. Then I'll just put this one there, my data out. This data is supposed to be small. Okay. All right, so that is done. And then if it's able to upload successfully, then I'll write dot success, right? I can just put that dot success, and then inside there I can just write successfully uploaded, right? I can also do that. Okay. However, if it's not, if the whatever the person uploaded, right, if it's empty, I'm going to show this warning. Remember that earlier on we saw how to display warning, right? Or maybe we can show error. Right, we can rather show error, right? And then we show them the file you uploaded is empty. All right, please upload a valid file. All right, we can do that. All right. Now that is done. Let me save it and then go back. Okay, let me switch this. All right, so it's running. Let's see. See that it's running over here. Let's run, and then we can see the output. Okay, so now we have this. Let's see. Now you see that we don't have anything, so it's giving us the error. The file you uploaded is empty. Please upload. We did not add. All right, so please valid. So please upload. Right, that's what we are supposed to. Please upload a valid file. Right, so let me save it again. It's going to run it again. All right, so we see that it's running. So whatever error that we give, right, or whatever option that we're given here is going to be displayed over there, right? So that's how you allow users to upload from their own system, right? So let's see how it is. Now you see that since we've not uploaded anything, it's actually giving us the warning, right? It's giving us the warning, right? Maybe you don't want to show the warning right from the start. Maybe we can change this, right? Maybe so instead of error, we can change maybe info. We can give them an info, or maybe markdown, right? Let's use markdown. And then instead of warning, we can just do please upload a CSV file. Right, we can do that. CSV file. Right, we can do that. So let me save this one and then see what we're going to have over here. Okay, so now you see it is there. Please upload a CSV file. Right, so if I click on this this browse, right, so you can see drop files here to upload, or browse files. If I click on that, right, if I click on that, now you see that it's taking me to my local system. Right, now over here I can actually click on this, click on any of the files that I have over here, right? So we will do that later on. I'll upload a file, right? So right now let's just focus on understanding these concepts, right? Let's focus on understanding these concepts. So let me go down, and then let's see what else we can actually do, right? So we can add color picker. So if you let me show you what I mean by that. We can actually add a color picker. So let me write it over here. Color picker. So if you want them to be doing something that would demand them to be changing their changing different colors, right, you can also do that, right? So for that, let me just create this color equals st dot beta. We have what is called the beta color picker, right? So you can actually use that, and then inside that I can just write pick your preferred color, right? Pick your preferred color, right? So I can do that over here, and then let me just set this to maybe some initial color, right? So you can just set it to any initial color that you want. So when the screen appears first, you can set it to any color that you want. So maybe I'm just setting it to any random color code over here. So maybe let me see what I can set. Maybe F9, and then some zeros, just random. I hope it works. I'm just setting it to any random color at all, right? So after that, I just do st.right, st.right, and then inside this I can just write maybe this. This is your color. Then I'll pass in the color that a person picked, right? That's going to be this. All right, so let me save this, right? Let me save that, and then let's go here and see what is going to happen over here. Okay, so I think the code is actually wrong. So let me go back here and then change it. Let me just delete 1 0 over here and then see. Let me save it again, come back and see. Okay, now you see that it's there, right? So you can see that now we have it, right? We have it. Pick your preferred color. So the color that I set, right? The initial color that I set is actually green, right? So if you click on this, right, you see that now we have a color picker, right? Just like you see on some other websites. So you can actually allow the users to be picking different colors, right? You can allow them to be picking different colors, right? They can actually put it here, or maybe use the RGB, right? They can also use that, right? They can use the RGB. So there are different ways that they can actually set their color, right? Using percent form, right? You can allow them to be doing that. So if you want them to be choosing different colors, you can allow them to do that. Okay. All right. So if the person select the color, then we have the message over here. This is your color, right? So it's actually running. That's why it's a bit blur on your screen, right? So after it's finished running, you can actually see it over here. Now, what is making this one take longer? Because it's actually going to run everything, right? It's going to run everything right? It's going to run everything again and again, right? If you don't want to do that, you can go here and then you can. There's a way that you can set catch, right? So we can also do that. We can also do that. Maybe later on as we are building our app, I will show you how you can set catch so that it will just run it right from where you want to start from, right? So now you can see this is the color code, right? This is the color code. So this particular color that the user sets is actually having this color code, right? So you can allow the users to be selecting colors, right, using this color wheel, right? Now let's see what else we can do apart from setting colors and stuff like that. Let's see what else we can do over here. Okay, now what if we can remember that we're giving users flexibility to be selecting different algorithms, right? We're having some sidebar over here where they were selecting different algorithms. They were selecting different data sets and different stuff like that. Let's see how we can set a sidebar. All right, so let me see. Let me do this sidebar, right? Let's print these lines, right? Let's just print them to separate what we've done before and what we're going to do now. All right. Now, in order to do that, right, what I'm going to do, let me just create a new variable, right? So add underscore sidebar. And then I'm going to use st.sidebar, right? st.sidebar. Maybe I should just first do st.sidebar, right? Then I'll do solid box, right? So I'm just going to merge these two and then see what happens. Then inside that, right, inside this one, what I'm going to actually do over here is let me just write something here. Maybe this. Let me just give any question here. What is your favorite? Yep. What is your favorite course? Maybe something like that, right? What is your favorite course? And then I'll give the users options, right? So let me put that in a bracket here, right? That's the options that they will choose from, right? So I think most of them like this course. So maybe a course from TDS on building web app, or maybe on building data web app specifically. So maybe most of the people like this, right? So this is going to be one of the options. Put it in quotes, right? Some others. Let me do it just like that. Okay, and then maybe add maybe let's just try to increase our option. Let me just add another one. Maybe someone will not be sure, so I'm not sure, something like that. Someone will also be there who is not sure. So yeah, so this is it. So if we've been able to do this now, okay, so now you can see that we have it here. What is your favorite course, right? Now you can see that we have a course from TDS, right? And then we have several other options, right? Which we added others, and then I'm not sure, right? So you can actually give them this flexibility. So if you want to include maybe different data sets or different algorithms, right? You can be adding them as a sidebar so that they can actually be selected from it, right? And even whatever we've been adding here, right? Some buttons and some these things, right? All these things you can be adding them here so that they'll be selecting it from, right? So all you need to do is to just add this sidebar, right? st.sidebar. Just add it in front of it. So like for instance, the color beta color picker, right? You can just add sidebar over here, right? So if I add st.side, if I add this side actually sidebar dot, so if I do this, right, if I do this and then run it again, right, it's going to, instead of printing it here, right, it's actually going to put it at the sidebar for me, right? It's going to actually put it here, right? So it's running. So let it run for some time and then let's see. Okay, so now you can actually see that we have the color picker over here, right? You can actually see that we have it here. So instead of maybe just adding it I mean, inside your program, or maybe inside. I mean, just on the interface, you can add it on the sidebar. All right. So there are a couple of things that you can do. Right. There are a lot of things that you can do over here. Right. So let's see. Maybe you want to add, say, progress bar. Right. You want to add progress bar. So you can do that. What you can do is to just import time. Right. Just import time. So if I do that, right, then let me just create this variable. So maybe my bar equals I can do ht.progress, right? So there's, you can do this ht.progress. Then inside progress you can just put any number here. Let me just put 0 here. So for let me do this for percent percent underscore complete. So that's just a name that I'm giving. So for percent complete in the range of, let me see, let me just choose range of 100, right? So you just get to see what I'm doing right now. Let me just do this, show you the output, and you get to understand what I'm doing. All right, so time dot sleep. Let me give a sleep in between, or how slow it's supposed to move, right? So point that I'm giving, just 0.1. Can do that. Then over here I can use my variable, that is my bar dot progress. Right, my bar dot progress, and then inside that I'll pass in percent complete, right? Then I'll keep on increasing this by 1. All right, so let me just do this, and then I'll show you what I mean by this, right? So let me just save it, then I'll come here, right? So if I save it and I come here, it's actually going to run. Okay, so let me set it to always run so that it can actually, so you can see the color picker over here, right? So it's actually going to always run. So let me set it to always run, right? So that it will always run. Right now you can see that it's running. So it's going to show us this thing that we just did, right? So whilst it's running, I'm just going to write some other stuff over here. Let me bring this one, right? So let me see if it has finished. Not yet, right? It's still running. So let me see what I can actually add. So I'm just going to do this spinner over here. So with ht.spinner, yeah, ht.spinner. Then inside that I can just write anything. Maybe wait for it, something like that. Okay. So with this, let me use the same time.sleep. So I'm going to show you two different ways that you can actually do this, right? So earlier on, I just passed here 0.1. Here I'm passing in 5, right? And then I can just print anything. Maybe st.success. Let me show them that whatever they did is successful. So yeah, let me print successful over here. Right, that's it. And then let's go and see if this one is done. Okay, int object is not iterable. So let's see what we did wrong over here. Let me go through again. Okay, let me add this. That's what I did not add. All right, so let me comment this one out. All right, then save it again and then come back. So let's see it run, and then let's see the result before we run the one that I just put here. Okay. Now you can see what we have, right? You can see a progress bar, right? Now you can see the progress bar going like that. Right, you can see the progress bar. All right, so basically that's what this code is actually doing, right? Starting all the way from zero, then it will progress to say that's the how long you want it to progress. That's the range of 100, right? So let me uncomment this part that I just did, and then save it, and then go and run that one too, and then let's see the difference between the two. Okay, so this is the progress bar that we did. That is the first code here, right? Using this. So let's see what this spinner will also do, right? Let's see what that will do. Now you can see what we have here. Wait for it. Right, it's still running, so just give it a little bit of time. Right, success. Now you can see that's basically what this spinner will actually do. So it will actually give that information to the people as this progress bar is progressing. It will actually give that information for them. That is, wait for it. It will give them that information as this progress bar is moving, right? So maybe we can take off this, right? Let's take off this and then add these two, right? Let's put this one here and then save it again, and then you can see how it is. So if you give your users option and then something that should load, maybe loading their data set, you can give them a progress bar so that they can see how well the data is being loaded or something like that, right? And then you can give them a message so that they will be knowing that everything is working and they should wait for it, something like that, right? So as this one is loading, right, in order for them to see the output, see that you're giving them a message that they should wait for it, right? So then after everything is done, it will just display successful. All right, so you can also do this, right? And then let's see, finally we can just print this. We'll just do st dot we have what is called balloons, right, which is very interesting. So let me just save this. Let's go and see what will happen over here. So as I said, if you run everything, it's going to run it from start. So it's going to take a little bit of time. You can cache it, right? So now you see that it's running to this successful. Wait for it. So let's see. As soon as it gets successful, we will see some balloons which is flowing on our screen, right? So let's keep your eye on the screen. You'll be seeing some balloons. Now you can see it's so beautiful, right? So yeah, that's it. And you can actually use this. So we've seen different ways that we can do, right? A lot of things that we can do. We can include how we are building our app, right? So these are just introduction and some of the things that you can do whilst you're building your app, right? In the light of giving some messages, some warnings and stuff like that, giving them some help, highlighting some stuff, plotting some graphs, right? Some different kind of graphs, right? Giving them some options, some buttons and stuff like that, right? So there's some progress, some bars that you can actually give them, right? Some progress bar and stuff like that. We also saw how we can put this this color picker over here, right? How we can pick the color picker, and there's some options that we can also add over here, some drop downs that we can add at the sidebar, right? So this is very interesting, and this is what we are going to use to build our app, right? So I hope now you're familiar with this. You're familiar with this Streamlit app, right? And if you want to record a screen, you can go here and then click on record a screen over here, right? And then you can record everything that you're doing, which you can actually show to your colleagues or your employers or your team managers, right? And there's a lot of stuff. If you, for instance, if you want to have a wider view, you can click on the settings. You can show up in wide mode. If I save that, right? If I save this, you're actually going to see. You see now it's wider now, right? Everything is bigger now, right? It's just widen it like that, right? So that's what you are actually seeing here. Okay, that's what you are actually seeing over here. We can actually do this. Okay, so let me go back to just run on save, right? Let me just do that. All right, and then I'll just save it. Okay, so now you see that we're back to normal how we were. All right, so in the next video we're going to start by first building a little bit simpler app, right, to actually be familiar with what we're doing. Then after that we'll move one more step in building a more interactive and a more intuitive app. Okay, so see you in the next video.